You are listening to Breathe and Bounce.
That's how we have to live our lives. We have to be at exactly where we're at. We can't try to time travel because time traveling doesn't work. It might have worked in Donnie Darko, but it doesn't work in real life, unfortunately. And we are bound by figuring out what exactly is the best way to move forward. And the best way to move forward, obviously, is day by day. And there are days that absolutely suck. I mean, some of the worst stuff happens. You know, there are times nothing's going right. It's raining, your umbrella breaks, you get in the car, you realize you left the window open just a little bit, and unfortunately, water gets in the car, and you have all this crap going on, and you're just like, what the fuck is happening today? You know, I obviously someone doesn't like me. And the truth of the matter is, it's not that no one doesn't like you, that's just how it is. And maybe some worse things happen. Maybe things happen like, oh shit, you know, my girlfriend left me, or my husband's cheating on me, or, you know, and the list goes on and on, obviously, you know. So all you can really do is just try to live one day at a time. And you have to remember that a day is only 24 hours. You will probably sleep in a good anywhere between 4 to 10 hours that day. I don't know what your sleep pattern's like. Me, I usually get 5 to 6. I'm trying to move up to 6 to 7 and eventually 7 to 8. Doing all this stuff for myself. I'm doing that. I'm trying to get off of the social media. I am just working my ass off trying to make things work. And it hasn't been easy, man. Hasn't been easy. But I know that the day eventually comes to an end. We tend to ruminate on our bad days, and we like ask 1 million questions. Why? I think why is like the biggest question we all ask. We all have to know why something happened. Sometimes it's best just to say, fuck it, it happened, move on. But that's hard for us because we want to prevent it from happening again or whatever. Everyone just says why all the time. And that why, sometimes the why is not important. Sometimes, for me personally, it's more of the what and not the why. Because if it happens, there might be a reason. Chances are you may have caused it without even knowing it. But all you got to do is just, maybe you ask why, and if you don't get the answer, maybe you just move on. Maybe it doesn't freaking matter. The thing that matters is how are you going to get through it? How are you going to get through the bad day? Are you going to stay there and keep asking questions? Are you going to say, fuck the answers, let's go? Probably more productive to go that way.
except to see how it was, and it'll always be. Why it has to be like this when we don't realize why we're too blind to see the world is always on our side. I'm asking why. I'm asking why. Nobody gives an answer. I'm just asking why. Just tell me why. Why it has to be like this? That the good ones disappear. I'm asking you why. I'm asking why. I'm asking why. Nobody gives an answer. I'm just asking why. I'm asking why. I'm asking why. I'm asking why. I'm asking
So we can't avoid bad days. Bad days are going to happen. You never know what kind of shit's going to come out of a bad day. You don't know how bad it's going to get. Sometimes you have a bad day. It's like a bunch of freaking dominoes, right? You have one issue that ends up leading into 5 million other issues, right? And it's crazy how it happens. It's like someone knows that things are happening really badly, and they say, hey, let's see what happens if we do this. And that's how it feels. It feels kind of icky. It feels really difficult to deal with at the time. And it just, sometimes the day goes so sideways that you're sideways, that mood-wise, your mood goes in the toilet. And then you start snapping off at people. Then you start being crabby. Then you start going after people. Like, you become super sensitive, right? Things that people say to you on a normal day, you don't really react to. Like, someone might say, hey there, how you doing? Nice day out, isn't it? And then you want to say, fuck you. So sometimes the day makes you want to do something like that, right? So what are you going to do, right? I mean, is it going to end? See, the thing is this. You have your breath. And the breath is the most important thing. Because without your breath, you're dead. So how can you use your breath? How can you use your breath to help you get through it? You can focus on your breath. You can take that breath and make that breath give you energy, give you some kind of conscience, gives you some kind of like tutelage. How am I going to get through the worst day of my life? How am I going to get through all this bullshit that keeps happening? You know, you get that bill that wasn't paid, and then right after that, your water goes out. Then you try to get your car out of the garage, and the garage won't open. And then you get the garage open, then your car won't start. And it's like, fuck! Sometimes that's the best thing to do. When you're having a bad day, just scream out fuck as loud as possible. But don't worry, because it's not going to happen all the time. It's going to be, it's going to happen some of the time. You cannot, unfortunately, avoid bad days. They are going to happen. They happen to everybody. Everyone has a bad day. So you're not special. Because you have a bad day doesn't mean you're the only person out there. But how you handle your bad day is what is going to make you special. So start thinking about it. What can you do?
Felt my life about to change. Close my eyes and had a dream about a lonely place where flowers only bloom in gray. All the magic turned to dust. Only memories left of us that soon will fade away with words I never got to say. Almost lost the one thing I got. Right. Could've been the worst day of my life. Could've been the worst day of my life. Thought that I would have to say goodbye. Could've been the worst day of my life. Just when I felt you slipping out my hands, I guess that heaven had another plan. Could have been the worst day of my life. I'll never see that tree the same. The one that we both carved our names into with razor blades and made out in the summer rain. Oh, I almost lost you like that. Oh, don't wanna think about that. Oh, don't wanna think about that. The thought of you never coming back. Could've been the worst day of my life. Could've been the worst day of my life. Thought that I would have to say goodbye. Could've been the worst day of my life. Just when I felt you slipping out my hands, I guess that heaven had another plan. Could've been the worst day. Just when I felt you slipping out my hands, I guess that heaven had another plan. Could've been the worst day of my life.
See, that song, I think, gives things in perspective. Could have been the worst day of your life. You could have lost someone that you love, someone that's very close to you. You know, it could have been a big problem, right? And it didn't. It didn't happen. So, when things happen like that, what do people do? They tend to freak out. They tend to have anxiety. There's like so much anxiety over the bad days. And then sometimes, you know what's so funny about bad days? Sometimes we create them with our anxiety, drawing conclusions, creating scenarios inside our head that haven't happened. But we're acting as if they are happening right now because we are drawing those colors in the air and putting them on the canvas. We can't do that. Sometimes thinking is bad. They always tell you to think. Think before you speak. Think before you act. How about think before you think? How does that sound? Think about what you're thinking about. Is it important? Is it really happening? You know, sometimes I talk to people on the phone that talk to me about, issues they're having. And the issue hasn't happened yet. And guess what? I do it too. Do you know what I love to do? Whenever I think something bad is going to happen, I'm going to have like an adversarial conversation with someone. I start playing out the whole conversation in my head. If they say this, I'm going to say this. If they say that, I'm going to say that. And then I'll say that, and then they're going to say this. I mean, it's like, dude, I have like a whole movie script basically written out by the time I get done with this 10-minute conversation, because it usually stems from me sending an email to someone or making a decision about something. And then we all like sit here and we start freaking out. And we start getting anxious about everything. Worrisome. We start, not being able to eat, not being able to sleep. We have sleepless nights. And bad dreams and hunger issues and bathroom issues, and we have headaches. Some of us with those autoimmune diseases, we end up, flaring up. And the worst part about all of this is nothing's even happened yet. There hasn't been a problem. Your whole day might be fucked. But now you're fucking the rest of your day by doing all this stinking, by doing all this stuff. And then you just have to rack it up to, oh no, it's another sleepless night. Because you're worrying about everything again. So how do we stop that? Well, we'll look at that together here in just a moment.
Send to the graves. You'll give us the house back and keep in mind that we only come here at night. So make the deal under the starry night and anyone wants to belong. I feel the dawn coming away.
You know, sometimes in life, our worst days end up reversing because there's that one singular event that turns it into maybe our best day. That's the art and beauty of impermanence, because nothing stays the same forever. Nothing lasts forever. Wherever there's a beginning, there's an end. That includes the day, that includes a minute, an hour, that includes a lifetime. Everything eventually comes to an end. And whenever you're going through this bad shit, you have to remember that. You have to remember it can't be like this forever. And sometimes, you know, especially like when you're going through a bipolar disorder, when 3 weeks you're happy and then the next week that you crash so badly and you kind of say to yourself, when is this going to end? Or if you're like someone like me, I have depressive disorder, and depression can come out of nowhere for me sometimes. And you got to ride it out. But the thing is, you know, eventually it ends. And you have to keep that in your mind. You have to keep that in your heart. You have to understand that. If you can keep that all inside, you're going to be okay. And I think at the end of the day, we're all a little scared. We're all a little freaked out. We don't know how life ends for us. We don't know how the day is going to look tomorrow. We might think we know. We might manifest that bad day because we're like, oh, tomorrow's going to suck. Ugh. So I think we do carry a little bit of anxiety and fear in our lives, right? So all we have to do is just live for the moment. The moment that you're in. The moments add up to hours. Hours add up to days. Days to weeks, weeks to months, months to years, years to decades. And if you're lucky, you get a century. So take advantage of the time you have to do what you can, what you want. Just remember that we all live another day. We all can fight another day. We don't know if we're going to get another day, but we certainly can't act as if we're not. Check out www.breatheandbounce.com. Lots of stuff happening now. I have a guest blogger who is posting articles like crazy, giving a lot of great input on mindfulness and mental health. Also, you got the Gratitude Chronicles. You've got the show, older episodes of the show. Lots of stuff on social media. Lots of cool stuff. Follow, subscribe, tell your friends, breatheandbounce.com. More coming up right after this.
Today is a great day to begin again. Trust the process. Trust yourself. You're tuned in to Breathe and Bounce. Breathe and Bounce.
The night is black and we are ready to go. We made a catch and we'll return to our home. Accused of witchcraft, now our head will roll. They tried to break us, but we're still in control. Fierce in our life, the dark and the wicked shall die. So we live another day. Darkness will be gone for now. Victorious we will arrive. So we live another day. The sky is red, the moon is pale. At the end of the darkest of days, we pray. The magic spells calling upon evil spirits, but our kingdom will not change our minds. Ours is the kingdom and the power forever, and for eternity we'll fight your kind. Fierce in our life, the dark and the wicked shall die. So we live another day. Darkness will be gone for now. Victorious we will arrive. So we live another day. The sky is red, the moon is pale. At the end of the darkest of days, we pray. So we live another day. The sky is red, the moon is pale. At the end of the darkest of days, we pray.
That's all we can do is make the best of what we have, right? That's what we do. And you know what? I mean, we can make the best of everything. Like I said, we have stumbling blocks. We have things that happen. There's so much bullshit that comes in our way. But we can't let that stop us, because every day is a new day. Every day there's a chance to get better, to do better, to learn from that mistake. And yeah, sometimes fixing mistakes can be costly. They can cost us time. They can cost us energy. They can cost us resources. But you know what? Once you get it fixed, you move on. You can't sit there and be stuck. But then what you have to do is you have to start asking yourself the questions. You know, you got to start asking yourself, what do I want? How am I going to avoid this? What am I after? What is my end game? What do I want? You know, you have to sometimes write out goals, make an action plan, come up with a routine, do certain things to get you to where you need to be. Because sometimes going from A to B is not the answer. It's not linear, as my friend said. It's a rocky road. It's a roller coaster. It's bumpy. It's tough. It's hard. But you learn how to sharpen. You learn how to sharpen your claws to get through the next day. The new day awaits. So you have to ask the question, what am I going to do? What is it that I want to achieve? What is going to happen? But I think it all comes down to one big question. And I remember I did a workshop, and it was with Veronica Clark over there in Arizona in Savannah. And her workshop, she just kept asking, what do you want? But she would ask it different ways. Like, what do you want? What do you? And then you had to sit here and you had to rethink it. And you had to think it and think it. And it felt like tough. But the more you did it, the more you became grounded. The more that you decided what it was that you wanted that outcome to be. So every day that you live, you can look at it in two ways. One, you can look at it as a wasted day where nothing happened. Or two, it's a day where you got 2 or 3% closer to where you want to be. And you just keep climbing every day. You keep climbing that rope until you get to where you want to be, till things go where you want. But you're going to have to work your ass off for it. But I think it just is that basic question. So what you want? What do you want? What are you prepared to do? Start there, and then let's move. What do you want? What do you want out of life? What's going to make you happy? What's going to make you feel whole? What's going to make you feel complete? What I want out of life is I want to like myself. I want to be and show up as the best possible person that I can be on every single day. Every new day is another chance to try again. We're not always going to win, people. We're not always going to bat 1,000. You find me one player in baseball history that has batted 1,000 for 162 games. I will give you $100. Now you all are on Google looking. I can guarantee you the answer is 0. If Jesus were to come and play, he would bat 1,000. That's about it. Other than that, I don't think anyone's batting 1,000. I think every quarterback doesn't throw touchdowns on every pass. He fumbles. He gets intercepted. Those superstar basketball players, when they come to the free throw line, they're not perfect on the free throw line. They miss once in a while. And in hockey, the sharpshooter gets to the goalie once in a while. The goalie doesn't stop every shot. They don't have shutouts 80 games of the year. This is life, people, not fantasy. You're going to fuck up. You're going to fall down. You are going to have bad days. You cannot stop it, no matter how hard you try. Now, that doesn't mean just go play in traffic and hope a car just hits you. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you is intention is key. Intention is the most important thing that you have to making your day successful. If you go into your day with a good intention, you put your energy towards making that day good, chances are you are probably going to have a good day. But you know what? There might be days where life gives you a big middle finger and says, kicks that bucket of paint all over your carpet and says, fuck you. I don't give a shit about your good intention. And at that point, what are you going to do? Are you going to say, oh, my God, my whole life is ruined? Nah. Just a carpet. Place the fucking carpet. Sure, it's going to cost some money or you're going to have to fix it or whatever, but you just do it. You know what happened to me? A week ago, I was driving down the road and a fucking rock hit the side of my car, my brand new car. The car that I've had since November, I got a big bunch of scratches and a dent in my door because some rock flew out from nowhere and hit my door. Shit happens sometimes, man. You can't take it personally. You can't take life personally because the minute you start taking it personal, you get in your head. And when you get in your head, that's when the bad shit starts to happen. Then you forget the whole concept of this day is going to end soon. And then you start equating it to, oh my God, my life sucks because this shit happens all the time. And you know what? You could have a week where everything sucks. You could have a bad month. But you have to be willing to stand up and you have to be willing to fight. You have to be willing to give it your best in every situation. When you get kicked in the balls, you have to be able to shake it off and move forward because that's what life is. We all have problems. Some of us deal with more than others. Some of us deal with not just, the ins and outs and ups and downs. Sometimes we have cancer. Sometimes we have diseases. Sometimes mentally we're sick because we have disorders. Do you think that's going to stop me from where I'm going to go? Nah. I didn't have a charmed life growing up, man. I pretty much took abuse every single day of my life, whether it was at school or at home. And it didn't have to be physical all the time. Could have been mental, could have been psychological. But I kept pushing. Yes, do I have regrets that I didn't do everything that I did at an earlier age? Hell yes, I do. But does that mean I can't? Hell fucking no. I can. And that's why I do this. And at this moment, right now, sitting where I'm sitting, there isn't a whole bunch of buzz about Breathe and Bounce. But do you think that's going to stop me? Well, I'm going to say, oh, fuck it, no one's going to listen? Nah, because you're listening right now. And maybe you like what I have to say and you'll tell someone. And maybe that person will tell someone. You know, I'm not a preacher. I'm not a guru. I'm not a priest. I'm not the high whatever. I'm just a dude who doesn't give up. I'm just a dude who's ready to kick back. I'm a dude who's been given second chances left and right and plans on taking hold of those second chances and making something of them. That's who I am. I am here to fuck shit up any way I can. And I mean that in a very positive way. I mean that as I am going to cut through the bullshit, cut through my problems, cut through all the crap people think about me, not worry about it because I know who I am. And once you learn who you are, you can do anything by God. Because you know what you're playing with. You know what the 52 cards in the deck are. And all you got to do is just make a move. Because we all get second chances in life. Even though people think we don't, we do. We get second chances in everything. We just have to make sure once we get that second chance, we make the most of it. And we don't fuck it up. And you're not going to fuck it up. I know you won't.
My eyes are open wide. By the way, I made it through the day. I watched the world outside. By the way, I'm leaving out today. I just saw Haley's coming your way.
Sometimes you have to say goodbye to stuff. You have to say goodbye to the old you. You have to say goodbye to all your anxieties and feelings and how you used to look at the world. You used to do the worrying. You used to do all that shit. All it ever did was get you in trouble because it ended up bringing more fucking shit to your life. You have to just look in the mirror and you have to say, what am I going to do today? Because everything is day by day. Everything is, decisions. Everything decides on what decisions you're going to make in life. Everything is based on that. So what are you going to do? Because today eventually ends and then tomorrow comes. And you think about tomorrow, right? You think about all that stuff. And it's scary sometimes thinking about tomorrow. Maybe you've got a job interview. Maybe you are going to court and you're going to have to go in front of that judge. Maybe you're going to see your family for the first time in 5 years. We all get nervous. We all have stuff. But there's always a new day. And with a new day comes new adventure. With a new day comes excitement. With a new day comes lots of things. We just have to understand that it's always going to be not what we expect sometimes. It's going to be different every day. We can all sit here and prophesize. We can all sit here and think we know what's going to happen. But until the day actually comes, we don't know. And if we don't know, then why are we going to get ourselves all insane about it? Why are we going to make ourselves sick over the future when we don't know what it is? Yeah, it's hard to say that, especially when I'm not in your shoes. But I've been in your shoes. And I know when I worry about tomorrow, I know how I feel. And I know what happens when I look forward to tomorrow. Even if I know it's going to be the crappiest day in the world. I'm just grateful that tomorrow comes. And that's all you got to do. Is just walk through life with gratitude. And just be ready to battle when the battles come to you. Don't go looking for them. Just be ready to go forward with grace and love.
Have you watched the news today? I've seen people get blown away. Why does it seem like it's so hard? It seems these people don't care who you are. I remember yesterday, things weren't as bad as they seem today. I keep my head up high, yes I do. So I just read the signs and find the truth. I know life seems so hard, and you just don't know where to start. Take a look inside yourself, 'cause deep down inside we're like everybody else. Can you tell me please if you made peace with yourself? Are you gonna be the same tomorrow? Are you gonna look at yourself in the morning? Are you gonna forgive your neighbor? What's gonna happen tomorrow? I said tomorrow. See, I know that the world just won't stand still. And I know there's people who can't feel drugs and crimes that happen every day. Homeless people that we pass along the way. So what do? You just turn the other cheek, or you stop and you stare, then you walk across the street, and you help them out, and you give a little change. But did you even think that this person had a name? It
it now, 'cause music is, and music will be peace and love, our unity, joy will bring. All together, house will be tomorrow and forever. So much love, there's just tomorrow. Do for today and live for tomorrow. Try to help your brother man tomorrow. What can you do today to help tomorrow? To help tomorrow, to bring a better way, a brighter day.
Just hang in there, guys. Tomorrow is coming, I promise. It won't be today forever. So hang in there. I'm pulling for you. I love you. You got this. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May your breath take you places that your mind cannot. Thank you so much for listening and supporting. Namaste.